Okay, so how much do you expect as your monthly salary? Basically, this is one of the questions that may be asked during your interview of how much compensation do you expect to receive monthly when you start working for the job, or when you start working in the company that you're applying for, in the event that you are fortunate enough to be hired as an employee. Now, this question is very important because in the recruitment side, we would be able to set proper expectation with regard to your expected salary. So also to align both of our expectation with regard to the compensation package. So it is very important on the recruitment. We always ask that question because we wanted to know if somehow our expectation is similar to your expectation, or if probably there is a need for us to align our salary expectation or your salary expectation to the actual salary of the job. So okay, so that's the essence of the question. How much do you expect as your salary, or what is your salary expectation for this job? And when I had my training before, one of my trainings, we were actually taught about an answer for that question. So, if I can remember, my trainer said probably a good answer to the question is um, considering that maybe I don't have much experience yet about the job or for the job, I can actually say that um, at the moment I'm not really after of the salary and the compensation, but any offer from your company would be very much appreciated. and that's and that's it. Okay. Um, okay. I think there's nothing. I mean, there's nothing wrong about that answer. Any offer from the company is highly appreciated. Well, it's somehow showing obedience to whatever offer that the company will give you. You're willing to accept whatever they will give you. On the other hand, I've learned also that you know, nowadays we have a lot of people voicing out opinions, and then there are also other, you know, things we have, you know, we might seen, we may have seen in the internet and other publications about salary expectation, because I believe all of us uh, have our worth, and I myself also have my own worth. And um, they said, so, you know, I would agree that we have the right to name our price and to name whatever salary or compensation we deserve at our level. So we are free to say that, and we are free um, to voice out what we think we deserve as an employee. If um, if I'm going to evaluate myself that I am capable, I am skilled, I have years of experience in order for me to take this role, then I may have the right to name my price. And on some cases, especially for just a tip for maybe fresh grads, or to probably people with just like me before, like people with m- less experience, same thing. You do research, okay? Especially if you do job research in um, JobSuite or MyNemo or other job portals, there's actually some of the positions would specify the salary range, like from this amount up to this amount. So it's very important that you know that, so that you would also know, I mean, you have like you already have an idea of how much you will get if you will work for this company for this specific position. So that's why you have to do research, okay? Because if you have seen that, okay, the salary of the job is just around 10 to 15,000, and it does not align with your expectation, then perhaps you may save time not to apply for the job anymore, because probably you are looking for a higher pay for yourself, um, something like that. Okay, so you have to do research. Now, for example, if this position is like offering 15 to 20,000 and it sounds good and fair for you, um, then that's good. It's better. So if you will be asked, what is your salary expectation, or how much do you expect as your salary, don't be shy. You can actually say out a number. Um, for example, you're applying for a customer service representative, and then when you check on the website or in the internet, the salary range is between, for example, 13 to 17,000. Then if the recruiter will ask you, so how much do you expect as your monthly salary? So you can actually say uh, safe. It's okay. You can give a range. For example, um, I've seen on your job posting that the job would pay around 13 to 17,000 per month, and I think that sounds good to me. Something like that. Or if there is no like salary range posted at all, so you don't really have an idea um, about the salary, then you can actually say that, to me, if I'm going to answer that, for example, I know you have friends. You may have friends who are already working in this particular job, in this particular business, or in the same company that you're applying for. Then I believe it may be a little important, or it's important to also check out with them if how much do they get. Maybe just not really the exact amount. Maybe just the salary range will do. Um, Maybe the basic salary, that's totally okay, so you have an idea. But well, if you don't really have any idea at all, you can actually say, because sometimes when I do the interview and I ask the applicant, so how much do you expect is your monthly salary, um, they will not really give a number. So I would really ask, all right, can you give me a number? Whatever is on your mind, you can actually say it, that's okay. And then they would say, okay, I'm expecting around 15,000 or 16,000. Okay, so um, if the recruiter will not, if the recruiter will not say anything or do a follow-up question to that, then your salary expectation is probably like within the salary range, or it could be somehow below, lower, or maybe just equal to the actual salary of the job. Now, if the recruiter will say, sometimes if the expectation of the applicant is higher than the actual salary, I have really a follow-up question, and my follow-up question is, what will you do if the company could not provide this offer to you? So I'm just going to check, what if, the salary, okay, let's say for example, the salary of the job is only 15,000, and the applicant is expecting 20,000 pesos. Okay, so basically, his expectation is higher than the actual salary. So I would ask the applicant, so what are you going to do if the company could not provide this offer to you? And then the applicant would say, that's fine. Basically, it's just my expectation. For as long as I get a reasonable salary, compensation, based from the responsibilities of the job, then that's totally fine. It's negotiable. Okay, then I have another follow-up question. So, what is your lowest salary expectation? Okay, so we're going to ask, how much can you go lower as your salary expectation per month? That's the lowest that you expect. If the applicant would say maybe around 13,000 or 14, so it's within the actual salary range. So okay, that's good. And you've probably set proper expectation. So when the applicant gets hired and then the offer is 15, so he will not be thinking twice about it, because he already said that you're expecting for 13 and 14 as your lowest, so you would accept 15, because it's a little higher to your lowest expectation. There are applicants who are sometimes they don't, if their salary expectation is not negotiable. Let's say, for example, going back, the actual salary is the actual salary is 15, and then his expectation is 20. So I will ask, is this what will you do if the company will not provide this offer to you? What if it's way lower than your salary expectation? Let's say you will only get around 13 or 14,000. There are applicants who will not, probably, who would say, let me check on that. Right. Having that said, it means that the applicant is not hesitant to get to pursue with the application. So I'm not going to waste my time anymore. I would say, all right, I'll give you time to think about it, and then you can always give us your feedback, whatever decision you have made. Consideration with the offer from out of this position. Okay, so I will no longer push through with that applicant because of high salary expectation. So it could be probably, if ever I will force the applicant to apply, and then he's not happy because it didn't meet his expectation, then he may not be able to stay longer with the job and the company. He might resign very soon, which is something that we don't want to happen. Okay. If you are giving, if really your expectation is a bit high, best to provide a good statement that it's negotiable. So you can say, we don't have really an idea about how much the job pays. So you can say, I'm actually expecting around 15 to 20,000 pesos as my monthly salary, because I believe that I'm capable to do the job and I have the skills and the years of experience behind my back to support me in order for me to do the job very well. However, that amount is actually negotiable. It depends upon a good negotiation with your company, and I am very much willing to meet halfway if there is a need for me to do so. Something like that. Okay? So it would actually give the recruiter, or for example, me as the recruiter, that okay, so this amount is actually negotiable. So we can start working this out and meet halfway of the salary expectation. Okay. All right. So I believe I'm able to share some tips on how to answer that question. It's a little bit tricky because sometimes it's a little shocking to see very high salary expectations during application, and yeah, it's just it's something in the recruitment that we have to also check about salary expectation. But then again, it's just your expectation, and that's you have you're entitled to your own salary expectation, especially if you don't really have an idea at all. Then that's not a problem. Okay, so that's why you have to um, to do research. Okay, do research on the internet. Check what your friends and your connections as well. It's very important. Okay, so thank you guys for watching the video, and I hope you've learned something out of this as well. And feel free to share, comment, and like if you like this video. And then I'll see you very soon on my next tips for your interview. Thank you, have a good one, and you take care.